Hey guys, how we doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So some pretty wild moves that we're having in BTC here. So yeah, it's good to see those moves were upwards. We managed to get to that 7,200 level that I was mentioning was my psychological level for basically double, basically a 2x from where we got down to on our massive dump back here. Basically back here, look. So yeah, so that was as a level. Obviously we rejected from there. Now we're quite a bit lower than that. I mean, that is a pretty severe looking rejection candle. You never know, it could be forming an ascending triangle, which would be good. That's our first basically push out into it. So maybe we'll come down to about 6,500 around there and then break up, which would be amazing really if we make a move like that. But anyway, over to the bots, over to the 15-minute bots. I didn't have the long bots on, I only had the short bots on. It's been a story of my life, story of my bot trading life recently, to not have the right bots on at the right times here, and I should have just left them on. I should have just gone on holiday. I should have, yeah, and then I would have been fine. I would have been doing alright. No, I'm doing alright anyway, but I'd have been doing a lot better with no work. But anyway, so we got this is the 15 minutes, the 15-minute Dominator took a buy up here. So you can see pretty much went from that buy straight up nearly 5%. So obviously you would have been caught in the trading take profit there. So you wouldn't have got all this, which would have been annoying because that's like nearly 12.5%. But hey, the Dominator though, the Dominator strategy I usually use is to try and leave this on longer. So that actually put us in a buy on this candle here. So this actually did come down a bit, not more, yeah, about 1.5% at most, and then pretty much, whoops, I'm not gonna be able to do this now, am I? Yes, I am. There we go. And then pretty much went then straight up for a 9% gain. So you would have locked in some good profit in that as well. So yeah, two amazing DMT and Dominator trades. What can I say? What else can I say, guys? I keep showing you these great trades. I keep showing you how these two indicators work, how these Autobot strategies work, and then I'm sat there with them turned off. Oh well, what can I do, guys? Anyway, Ethereum 15-minute DMT. Is it 15-minute DMT? Yeah, Ethereum 15-minute DMT. Is this all? This isn't today, is it? Yeah, it was basically, this was in a buy trade. Still stayed in the buy trade because it didn't quite tick the sell trade here. So yeah, you probably wouldn't have kept this trade on with what was going on though. So that wouldn't have worked out too well. But then you guys know we don't trade DMT on Ethereum. 25-minute Dominator is what we will trade more so. And we got a buy signal on Dominator basically about here, which is roughly equates to the same, pretty much the same level. We got it in BTC, and then that was a really good move up, basically just over 10%. So yeah, sorry, to show you this. Also we did basically get in the 15-minute Bitcoin. Here we go. We did get a bit of a fake out into a sell here. You can see just down here, which would have been obviously an awful trade and a stop out. So on that occasion it was good I didn't have that bot on, but hey, you would have then made it back with the next trade anyway. But yeah, so we did have this 15-minute sell, which was then why we then had this 15-minute DMT buy, and obviously we didn't Ethereum because we didn't get the Ethereum sell confirmed. So yeah, high time frame. I mean, hopefully we can make our way up now. We're having all sorts of crazy moves in the market. Gold making a big move up. Oil had a massive spike. And then stock markets up and down a bit, but still in a pretty compressed range for stock markets. So yeah, so that's it really. That's all I've got to say today for the bots. You guys that haven't seen my video on basically how we're going to get out of this financial crisis, I'll put the link will be coming up in a sec for you to go on. And yeah, just to clarify on that, what I'm saying is America basically is going to default on basically all its dollar debt and the world's dollar debt, and how it defaults is basically by revaluing the dollar against gold, which is basically devaluing the dollar against gold. So it's devaluing its currency. Obviously America's struggling to devalue its currency against other world currencies, which is normally how you do it in a relative trade scenario. Where's the DXY? Here it is. So yeah, DXY is basically above 100 still. Sorry, gone back above 100. It's been up and down a bit, this has. Yeah, as you can see here, look on the high time frame, show you guys. Yeah, so you can see we made it all the way up to about 103, came down, and now it looks like we're back on that trend up again. I mean, this just looks like a lower high, sorry, a higher low, that's the one, and then we're probably going on to make a higher high. But what I'm saying with this though is that obviously the dollar is strengthening up, so the America can't weaken the dollar against other currencies because it's going up, so it has to find something it can weaken the dollar against, and that will be gold. So it's not a gold standard, it's basically America defaulting like it did in the 1930s when it came off its gold standard for its note domestically. That was basically devaluing that currency against gold. And then when it came off the international gold standard in 1971, that was again devaluing the dollar against gold again. So this is what we probably get. Obviously you can't do that anymore because it's not tied to dollars anymore in any way, and it's totally fiat. So what they then can do is then basically then just say that it's worth X amount, gold is then worth X amount of dollars, to force the gold price up against the dollar. So again, it's just another way of them defaulting on their debt, because that's what countries do. That's what people do. That's how this world works. You just run up your debts, and then you know you can't pay them. You never have any intention of paying them, and then you default on them. Not obviously what all you guys do. It's harder for people to do that, obviously, but it's pretty much what nations, what companies do. Yeah, and all that jazz. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Yeah, check that video out. It'll be on your screen now, and I will speak to you guys soon.